Welcome to our Devos. We concluded our series on generational curses with this core idea. It's not enough to just not be. God doesn't want us to sit and think about all the things that we're not and that we have broken habits and we're nothing. God wants us to focus on what we can do if we give our lives to Him and if we fully employ His presence as we make decisions every single day. And when we do that, we have the opportunity to leave a legacy. That's what this week is all about, leaving a legacy. It's not just about leaving a legacy for your children. No, it's about what is said of us after we leave this world by the people who remain. Whether it's people that we have given birth to or people that have known us intimately, God can leave His fingerprint on the legacy that is left after we leave this world. So the first step of this, and there's things I was thinking as I was preparing this message, one of them is really, really helpful. As you look at what you build in your life, you should start an accumulation of God stories. Accumulate God stories. We have to remember that when we take a moment out of our day, take a moment to stop focusing about just how to survive the day, and instead focus on what God is doing, we start to accumulate stories of God's working hand in our lives. It says in Psalm 78, verse 4, "We will not hide them from their children, but tell to the coming generation the glorious deeds of the Lord and His might and the wonders that He has done." I think about what an awesome thing it would be. I have 3 kids, young kids. So I have a 7-year-old, a 6-year-old, and a 3-year-old. And I think about one day, my wife and I are going to be gone. I love the idea of my children talking about stories of encounters with God that they had while I was on this earth. That motivates me. And it motivates me not just to think about what's going to happen when I'm gone, but that motivates me to live well now. Think about how you can fill your family legacy with stories of deliverance, stories of new encounters with people where you allow the power of God to come through your life and enter into somebody else's because you were willing to be used by Him. Imagine what it's like to have God's stories that you have accumulated over the course of your entire existence, to the point where when people think of you, they think of those experiences. That's what God wants to do. He wants the deeds that He's done in your life to be proclaimed from generation to generation. If a generational curse happens as a consequence, as a result of the family members and the sins that they've committed before us, well, generational legacy is when we accumulate stories of the deeds of God and how He's worked in our lives. So that's my encouragement. It's not about you. It's about how you leave this world. It's about the impression that you leave on it. Accumulate God's stories and allow God's truth to transform your heart.